How's it going, everyone? It's Vivi and welcome to another Kingdom Hearts Union Cross video. So as usual, the Japanese version is always ahead of the North American version. And as always, thank you Gold Panner for these awesome translations. Just when we had suspicions about Ven being Strelitzia's killer, we get this. What is happening here? This scene you see on screen, Ventus was trying to remember that time when he was called by Lady Ava to meet up at this abandoned house. This is a flashback. Ven is trying to remember what exactly happened when he met up with Ava. Brain was asking Ven questions regarding the situation of his name not being present on paper. The only thing Ven remembered, well, he was given a rule book and walking towards the clock tower with Lady Ava. That is all. So right now, all the pieces are falling into place. Logically, the moment Ven heard someone walk in, Strelitzia, he didn't even see her. If he had seen her, he would have told the gang. But the thing about that, he doesn't even remember seeing Strelitzia's face. So going off of Brain's suspicions of a certain darkness behind the Switch and Union leaders, heck, Brain, the brains of the gang. Seriously, he put all this together. He feels Ava didn't make the Switch and Union leader. If she had, she would have told Brain. At least that's what he believes. He doesn't believe that Ava would just make a switch like that out of the blue. She tried to defy destiny written in the Book of Prophecies. Even without opening the book when it was given to him, this scene right here, he already knew that he wasn't the one who was supposed to get the book in the first place. After hearing the story of her wanting to defy fate. Like he said, if anything, Ava would have told Brain about the Switch and Union leader. All in all, remember the scene with the Master of Masters and Luciu? How it was implied that darkness from a long time ago could take the shape of humans? So with that, it is now much more obvious that Ven, during that quick instance of Strelitzia entering that room, trying to look for the player to invite him to the Dandelions, while darkness took over Ven. Darkness disguised as Ava was waiting secretly in that dark room. This whole thing was planned by Mr. Darkness to make sure Ven would take Strelitzia's role. Darkness took the form of Ava and toyed with Ven, making him believe that he spoke to the real Ava. However, a question remains. Why did Darkness pick Ven out of all people? Did Darkness feel a heart as innocent as Ven's could be easily manipulated? It seems so. ReMIND spoilers ahead. Darkness could be Vanitas. Well, at least in my opinion. Just a line he says in this scene, how he lived inside Ven for a very long time? Or that Darkness told Sora that Ven's heart is too pure? A heart pure enough to control? Manipulate? Hence what happened in this very room? Yup. It's a pretty nice theory, I'd say. Whatever the nature of this darkness was, it had, number 1, a voice, aka a mind, or a soul. 2, it could shapeshift. Example, becoming fake Ava. He didn't have a true form until he hid inside Ven. Why did he hide inside Ven? To travel to the future and see the world for himself. The world written inside the Book of Prophecies. Oh, and what I meant to say about his true form before? He gained a true form when he was extracted by Xehanort. If this is truly Vanitas we're looking at, I recommend going over the character files for Vanitas. In fact, I did make a video going over the character files for Vanitas. If you'd like to see it, the link will be in the description below. It describes what Vanitas felt for so long. Getting extracted by Xehanort brought back the feelings he had, perhaps during Union Cross, without outright saying anything. So it is now much more clear that Ven did it. He took the life of Strelitzia, unknowingly, of course. At that time, Ven's mind was overshadowed by darkness. He has absolutely no recollection of taking the life of Strelitzia, this darkness being, assuming it had a heart. Listen, a being can grow its own heart. The toys from Toy Story, nobodies themselves being empty husks, growing their own hearts. This darkness could have lacked a heart. Or it could have been a pure being of darkness with a mind of its own, hence why this darkness is special. If darkness is Vanitas, while sleeping within Ven for such a long time, it gave him a heart. Vanitas being brought back in KH3 is a fact. His heart from the past was brought to the future to join the 13 darknesses. Is it possible that this being, if it had a heart, had its own Charity? Their Charity becoming Dark Charity or Nightmare Charity? The Charity player encounters outside of the abandoned house. What was happening while they faced Dark Charity, then killing Strelitzia? Dark Charity, I'd like to believe that it belonged to darkness. Charity fighting against the player was meant to be a distraction. If Dark Charity belonged to darkness, then I'd like to believe that darkness is a floating heart of darkness. Not a typical heartless, but a darkness that retains a heart and can shapeshift, but unfortunately can no longer retrieve its original form. Think of the emblem Heartless. Their hearts consumed by darkness, walking around. They're artificially created. So a heart surrounded by darkness and moving is not far-fetched. Next, as for the scene with Maleficent, no, I don't think she beat up Lauriam on her own. Remember, the moment Lauriam walked through that door, darkness hid. I believe darkness helped Maleficent take down Lauriam. They don't show us how he got taken down, but I'd like to believe that yes, darkness was to blame. Remember, this Maleficent was defeated by Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1. This is time-traveling Maleficent. Lauriam got chosen as a Union leader. I take it he's skilled enough to take down Maleficent. I just feel like darkness is to blame here. Oh, and Maleficent actually uses her staff to block off the incoming attack from Lauriam's Keyblade. That's pretty cool. About this scene, him being on the ground, could this explain why he ditched his Keyblade for his scythe? Imagine the moment he finds out that Strelitzia's gone. He's probably going to tell himself the Keyblade can't protect the light or something like that. People handle their emotions in different ways. He might blame his Keyblade and decide to replace it with a scythe. So him being defeated here, with the addition of finding out that his sister is gone, it is going to make him go mad, and he's going to put the blame on something, and I'd like to believe that it's the Keyblade. As for other things, there's a missing arc. Who took it? Who used it? Maleficent. Who else? I don't think Darkness used it. I mean, if we go with the Vanitas theory, Darkness is yet to join Ven. Why would he use an arc right at this moment? You have to remember, using these unfinished piece of machinery, while it's gonna strip away your body and you're left with a heart, in order to return, you need a marker. Someone who's gonna bring you back to people who will remember you. Hence the scene in Kingdom Hearts 2 with fairies. Like I said in the past, Maleficent's crow could have been her marker. And what triggered her coming back to life? The fairies' memories of Maleficent. So with that being said, folks, this is it for the video. If you have your own theories and stuff like that, leave it all in the comment section below. And as always, I've been Vivi, and thank you so much for watching.